You pull the trigger and a soft cloud of mist appears. No batteries, no power cord. Just your finger, a little plastic lever, and a clever trick with valves. Inside this ordinary spray bottle is a tiny pump that has no idea what it is spraying. Water, cleaner, or oil, it moves them all the same way. Let us slice it open and watch one squeeze travel from the trigger to the mist. Start with the shape. A bottle holds the liquid. A threaded cap screws on top. Rising out of that cap is the head, the part you grip and pull. Hidden inside the head is the real machine, a pump no bigger than your thumb. A thin tube drops from the pump down into the liquid, almost touching the bottom. Everything you are about to see happens in the space between that tube and the nozzle at the front. Follow that thin tube first. It is called the dip tube, and its job is simple. It reaches down to the lowest point of the bottle, so it can sip liquid even when only a little is left. Tip the bottle sideways and the tube can run dry, which is why a near-empty sprayer sometimes spits air. The tube is the straw of the whole system. Every drop that leaves the nozzle began its journey here, at the bottom. Now the heart of it. Squeeze the trigger and you press a small piston into a sealed chamber called the cylinder. Think of a syringe lying on its side. The piston is the plunger, the cylinder is the barrel, and a spring sits behind it, ready to push back. Two tiny doorways connect this chamber to the rest of the bottle. One faces down toward the dip tube, one faces forward toward the nozzle. Those two doorways do all the clever work. Those doorways are one-way valves, often just a small ball or a soft flap resting on a seat. Each one allows flow in a single direction and blocks the other. Picture a ball that can only roll off its hole when liquid pushes the correct way. Lift it and the path opens. Press it down onto its seat and the path seals tight. Hold that idea because the entire pump is just two of these valves taking turns. Squeeze. The piston drives forward and the liquid already in the chamber has nowhere to hide. Pressure climbs fast. That rising pressure slams the lower valve shut, sealing off the dip tube so nothing escapes back down. At the same moment it shoves the front valve open. The trapped liquid rushes through the only door left and races toward the nozzle. One pull of your finger and the chamber empties forward in a single firm push. Now let go. The spring behind the piston pushes it back and the chamber grows larger again. A bigger space with the same liquid means the pressure drops below the bottle around it. Suddenly, the valves reverse their roles. The front valve closes, so no air sneaks back from the nozzle. The lower valve lifts, and liquid climbs the dip tube to fill the new empty space. The chamber reloads itself quietly in the time it takes to release. That is the whole rhythm: squeeze to push liquid out the front, release to pull fresh liquid up the back. Pump after pump, the two valves keep trading turns, and the chamber is never empty for long. The first few pulls on a brand new bottle feel weak and airy. You are priming it, clearing air from the tube until liquid finally fills the chamber. After that, every squeeze delivers a full, satisfying dose. Now watch the exit. The liquid leaving the chamber is still just a stream, and a stream is not a mist. Behind the nozzle sits a tiny swirl chamber carved with little curved channels. Liquid is forced through them and begins to spin, fast, like water circling a drain. By the time it reaches the small round hole at the tip, it is whirling hard, primed to fly apart the instant it meets the open air. At the hole, the spinning liquid bursts outward into a thin, cone-shaped sheet. That fragile sheet cannot hold together. It shatters into thousands of tiny droplets, and that fine cloud is what we call a mist. Twist the nozzle, and you can change the swirl. Tighten it, and the liquid leaves as a narrow jet that shoots across the room. Loosen it, and the same pump gives you a soft, even spray. Same machine, different doorway at the tip. Why bother turning liquid into mist at all? Because tiny droplets spread the same amount of cleaner over a far wider area. A single drop wets one spot. A mist of that same drop coats a whole pane of glass. More surface, less waste, faster drying. The pump never changes the liquid itself. It only changes how that liquid arrives, trading one heavy stream for a thin, even veil that lands exactly where your hand is aimed. So here is the full chain. The dip tube reaches to the bottom. The trigger drives a piston into a sealed chamber. Squeeze and high pressure shuts the lower valve and opens the front one, pushing liquid out. Release and the spring pulls the piston back. Low pressure shuts the front valve and opens the lower one, refilling from the tube. Then the swirl chamber spins the stream and the nozzle shatters it into mist. Trigger, piston, valves, swirl, spray. No motor, no magic. Just a spring, a piston, and two little valves taking turns, fast enough to feel like nothing at all. Next time you clean a window, pull slowly and listen for the click of those doors opening and closing in your hand. The Cutaway. We will slice open something else soon.